everybody. And when we talked before, we talked about how Nathan it was like the last 3-4 years they've gotten caricatures drawn by you. And like my daughter has one of her and her cat, I think, her dog. And Peter, my son, who loves baseball, has a picture of him in his baseball uniform and basketball, or in base bat, in the bat. Oh, I'm having a hard time talking here. And Nathan, you drew a picture of him with an art easel and the little cap. What's the name of that cap for the artist?
Probably a beret.
Okay, a beret with a little paintbrush in his hand. So he cherishes that. He thinks that's great. So we got those up on the wall in the house, And
oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, it's neat because the kids get to be in the cartoon character what they want to be when they grow up. So yeah, I think it was kind of nice. So you offer that service, and you're going to be all around West Michigan this year, right?
Well, yes. Starting the 10th of June, I'll be at Malali Park with the Lions Spring Fling.
Okay.
And then in the coming weeks, there's an art fair down in Spring Lake. And, Father's Day weekend, Whitehall, Montague.
Working too much.
And then, of course, our Ramon Muskegon summer celebration around the 4th of July.
Right.
Then I go down as far as Holland and up north as far as Ludington.
Now,
weekend after weekend, different shows.
Is the summer celebration like the last hurrah one, or is that like the end of summer? Or is that the last?
Oh, no, this is the big one at the 4th of July, downtown, Hadley Park.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, is that like the last one in the summer that you do, or do you do them all year round?
After that, there are art shows in Holland, North Muskegon, Ludington.
So you do them all year round?
Well, all through the summer.
Oh, okay, all right.
And in the fall, there's a few indoor shows that I go to.
Okay.
Other than that, I draw at parties, sometimes Christmas parties.
Oh, really? Now, how would you do that now? What do you do? You're just there to draw for different people for the party itself, or what?
Well, on a few occasions, I've been asked by some local company who's sponsoring a Christmas party to be part of the entertainment for the night, and it's always turned out nice. We'll be down at one of the fancy restaurants downtown, where they have their Christmas party, and I often get paid, plus have a delicious dinner.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty good occupation for
that
sort of thing.
It's kind of like when we DJing on the weekend. I do the same thing. It's sort of, but different type of entertainment. How entertaining as far as what do? You draw different pictures of the different people that are there, or what?
I just take my clipboard along, my pens and paper, and draw pen and ink sketches of just their faces, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Usually 8 by 10 in size, sometimes 5 by 7.
Oh, really?
And just look at a person, and 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, depending on how curly the hair is, there's a caricature.
Oh, okay. You could probably do like a wedding or something, and just sit there and do a bunch of caricature drawings of the wedding ceremony.
Well, I haven't been invited to a wedding, but I've been to family reunions.
You could try it. You never know.
And summer picnics and so forth.
Okay, so you're going to be all around West Michigan, and so you got to look for Lee Succo, who's going to be up there and drawing the caricature drawings. And you basically have a really nice display to attract attention to yourself, right?
Well, I try to have. Folks should be able to find me this year because I'm purchasing a brand new roof or top for my canopy. It's supposed to be bright yellow.
Okay.
And a banner, advertising banner, that's going to be bright orange with yellow letters all over it. So I think it'll kind of glow. I'm hoping to be noticeable.
Okay, so you're going to stick out.
Yeah.
You've got, I love your cards because every year you make a different card. When you run out of cards, you make new cards, right?
Well, I hand out the business card with every drawing and to whoever would like one, and so they get used up pretty fast. It doesn't take long to get rid of 1,000 business cards when you're in 10, 12 shows a summer.
Yeah, well, you got United States sitting here with a smile on its face.
Oh, well, that's the logo for our National Caricature
Network. Yeah, okay.
A nationwide group of caricature drawers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, so you do picnics, parties, conventions, cartoons.
Graduation parties. Oh, in fact, next Wednesday evening I'll be drawing for some young people whose parents are keeping them in overnight at one of those lock-ins.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
After graduation, so they go running around on the streets.
Okay.
And they have all sorts of entertainment planned. I'm part of it.
Okay, well, that's kind of cool. So they can get caricatures and stuff of them while they're there. So
that's the idea.
Oh, okay. You can draw them in with a little teddy bear or something, right?
Oh, could be. What's nice about caricaturing is that it applies to so many different sorts of situations, all kinds of people just like drawings like that, you know.
Right.
They,
Well, it is, because you can, like I say, you can make them look like the people they want to be, or dress them up to the people they want to be, or as something, totally, that they never would want to be, but you can make them look that way, just out in caricature anyway.
I was just making things a little more so, just a little exaggerated,
Yeah.
Ladies get worried sometimes, but I tell them, well, I just make the beautiful girls a little more so, so don't worry.
Yeah,
Turn
there you
out
go.
all for the best.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that if you drew a caricature of me, I could actually look handsome?
Oh, you'd be more so than whatever you are right now.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm gonna come see you if I ever need a drawing of myself. I'll come and see you, Lee. Okay.
Okay. That'd be fine. I'd be happy to have you.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with me again.
Well, glad we could talk together too, Oscar.
And like I say, everybody can look for Lee out there. You'll be drawing away. You'll be with your easel.
Pen and ink, pastel chalk, charcoal, pencil, black and white, colored, full color, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever the market desires.
All right, and so we'll look for you the first time to see you will be when?
Oh, I guess it's June 10th.
In the Spring Fling thing?
Malali Park out in the Reese Puffer District.
Okay. So we'll be looking for you.
All right.
Thanks, Lee.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, I mean, I really would appreciate any little ads, just to run or something, just, about the concert. But I'm putting you guys down as a patron and on the patron list, WKBZ. And
the home of Sherry Kimball. And she's the boss now. She's the boss.
Like screaming the minute I walk in the door. I go, oh, God. Oh, no, they're going to know all about me now.
So does she have like some past sickness for you? Oh, good. We'll have to interview
I'm a
Sherry
girl
next.
from the 60s, sweetie. What does that say?
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that was a nice good morning, too. We're talking with Glenneth Bean. Now, Glenneth, I don't know where to start about you. So I think what you should do is you should talk about yourself, because you have so much credited here. I don't know where to start. Of course, first of all, you're going to be performing at the Frauenthal.
Correct. On Sunday the 19th at 4:30 p.m. And I haven't been at the Frauenthal since 1988 when I was there with the West Shore Symphony.
Okay.
I've returned a couple times. I did an AIDS benefit in 92, I think. So I've done a couple of things since coming back home once in a while. But basically, I'm a Mona Shores graduate, 1969 graduate. I'm a Muskegon native. And I've gone on to a professional opera career, and I've sung throughout United States and Canada the most. I've sung in Japan. I've been to Europe 3 times. Have an agent in New York. I think most people who have either read about me in the Chronicle or have kept up, about me, basically know that I've been singing professionally now I'm on my 12th year.
And they're all proud too. You see,
very proud.
I'm excited because we talked a little earlier, and you said that you know Leonard Bernstein.
Oh well,
you knew Leonard Bernstein.
The late Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, it was my second professional job in 1985. I had debuted in Chicago in '84, and it was right out of the chorus. I did a role and it was on PBS, and I went right back to working at the hospital after it because I had no agent or nothing, so it was just kind of a fluke thing. And someone had heard me or saw it on TV, and Leonard Bernstein had asked for me to fly into New York to audition. And they called me at the doctor's office. I remember answering the phone. Hi, this is so-and-so from New York City. Could you come and sing for Leonard Bernstein? I'm going, yeah, doctor, can I have the day off? And they go, of course. So I flew into New York and sang for Lenny at his home, the Dakota, right where John Lennon was shot.
You call him Lenny, too.
Well, of course I call him Lenny now, but of course when I first met him,
Mr. Bernstein.
I remember there were like 21 singers in his library, and in walks this little man with jeans on, a little cigarette, and I was like, oh, there he is, so there was 21 singers from all over that he had, asked to hear, and I remember he went around, shook everybody's hand, and I remember he got to me, And we just hit it off for some reason. And I remember he kind of held onto my hand. He goes, I want to hear her first. And I went, oh, gosh, pressure. Here's this little Muskegon girl, And I remember he spent 45 minutes with me. I did 3 arias, and I did one piece that he was hiring me for, which happens to be one of his favorite pieces he'd ever written. And when I got done singing it, he had tears in his eyes and said he'd never heard it sung so beautifully.
Wow.
And I just sat there. I almost flew home without the plane. I was like, this Leonard Bernstein. And so we worked together in Rome and Vienna, and then we toured the United States, and we did a White House July 4th broadcast on PBS. Then I worked with him again twice. I got to know him personally because there was only 6 soloists on this tour, and the soprano and mezzo had their husbands, and I'm divorced and stuff. So I sat next to Lenny every night at the party, and sometimes the parties went on until 4 in the morning. So we got to know each other quite well, actually.
Okay.
So I met his kids and his mom. And
Now, see, all I know of Leonard Bernstein is just every day or every Friday, I think, at school, we used to watch the old 60 millimeter things
young
of Leonard.
people's concerts.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, and he loved people.
Yeah.
You could just tell that, though. He was so gifted, and he loved people. And that's what music's all about, anyway. What would this world be without music,
And of course, you're going to be singing from one of my
definitely.
favorite Broadway musicals, The West Side Story. So.
When he had passed on, I was performing, in fact, that night in Chicago at the Lyric, and we dedicated the whole performance to Lenny. And I told his kids, every concert I do, I'm always going to do something, of his, always. And
he can't go wrong with that either.
Yeah, he believed in me before I believed in myself, and he'll live on through his music, thank God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Well,
let's get back to you.
Okay.
I mean, that was exciting. That was because Leonard Bernstein. I've been a big fan of Leonard for a long time. So
I've never worked with anybody since who's touched me more, and he'll always be with me. So.
I think I should give you Kleenex now.
No.
Are you sure? Cry. You sure? I don't know.
No.
You're getting close there.
I do miss him.
Yeah. As far as the program goes, you've got some very difficult pieces here
that
I can't even pronounce. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing 3 separate parts, so with 2 intermissions.
Okay.
The first section is going to be a couple art songs, which people will know, the Schubert's Ave Maria, of course.
Right.
And then I'm only doing 4 arias, and I'm going to talk a little bit about opera and about commercials and television and movies now that are bringing opera on, and then I do 4 little arias. Then the second half's going to be mainly spirituals and some sacred. Then the third half's going to be all Broadway pieces, which will be fun.
Which is the stuff I can pronounce.
Yeah, you can pronounce those.
Yeah. Porgy and Bess, West Side Story. Okay, you're going to be doing Tonight from there. Good song.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your past, as far as no.
Oh Lord!
Well, I know. Well, not that past.
People out there know too much about me in this town. That's my problem.
But you know Sherry Kimball, our station manager.
Sure.
So that's scary enough in itself.
Yeah, I went to Shores and took choir, so from 9th to 12th grade, and we had Mr. Larry Gray at that time, and we went to Europe. That was the first choir that went to Europe from Mona Shores in 1969. I remember we sold subscriptions to the Norton Examiner because that was a new magazine at the time.
Right.
But I was like, in the talent shows in high school, I was the class singer of 69. And in the first Allegros, which of course now everybody knows the Allegros, and the Pop Goes the Sailors, all the things that Shores does. So I was kind of like in the first Allegros, the first choir that went to Europe, then went on to college. And, well, what do you like to do? Well, I like to sing. Okay, I'll major in music. Well, I didn't know you had to take music history, music theory, all that. Kind of dropped out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sang in a rock group, the 60s. What can I say?
Well, what was that like as far as singing in a rock group? I mean, was that quite a bit different?
Well, I just loved to sing. I didn't
Yeah.
care what kind of music. I just loved to sing. But God blessed me with this huge voice, which I don't need a microphone, so I've kind of gone on into the field, of opera and singing with concerts, with with symphonies,
Right.
and I've done a couple Broadway. I did Girl Crazy in Lincoln Center, which is Ethel Merman's part,
Okay.
and the I've Got Rhythm, that one, and then I've done Carousel at the Schubert Theater in Chicago. So I've done a couple Broadway stuff, and but mainly concert, recital, opera, and operetta and stuff like that. So.
You keep pretty busy too, as far as
Oh
that
yeah,
goes.
oh yeah. I'm in kind of a transition right now. I'm with Luciano Pavarotti's agent, who's the big tenor, which most people, I think people know him.
Yeah, that in itself says a whole lot. I mean, with Pavarotti.
I just had signed with him a couple years ago, and I was with Columbia Artist Management, and finally all my contracts are done with them. And I'm in a transition right now because I'm moving up. Contraltos mainly do all the small, the maids, the mothers, the witches, the nurses, because we're the lower voice like a bass,
Okay.
And I've done a lot of that now at the Met. I was there, 6 years at the Met, have done like 12 radio broadcasts live from the Met and 7 times on PBS, television now. And I'm in a big transition now to try to go up more international and moving up to more major roles, the bigger parts. So this is a real big step, probably the biggest step, but I want to go for it, try to get on CDs and
there you
go for it now. So yeah, so it's kind of a big step, and this is mainly why I'm coming back home to hopefully raise a little money. It's hard for me to ask for help at home because I've never really charged on anything I've ever done, but this is a big step for me, and, it's just I got to almost start over and re-audition for all the conductors with bigger roles and a new repertoire, and stuff.
But you got a great resume.
Oh, I've done,
Yeah.
and people know who I am in the opera world, and stuff, but it's like now to move up to the more major, the stardom part of it, these overnight successes can take 15 years,
Right.
for people. I'm in my 12th year right now. These next 2 or 3 years are very important, so.
But you wouldn't trade it in for the world.
Better than a 9-to-5 job. No, I sleep till noon, rehearse in the afternoon, perform at night, parties till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Out. Yeah, there we
The
go.
truth comes out. I love to sing, and it's a gift, and I love to give, the gift of voice. And like I said, without music, I just can't imagine the world. It makes people feel better, and I love to sing, too. I've always loved ever since I was like 4 years old. I've just always... Music's been such a big part of my soul. So
now, when you were in school though, and you had this tremendous voice,
Mm-hmm.
what did the teachers say to you? I mean, what do they?
Shh, you're too loud, Bean.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I've always had a good size voice, and as you can tell, I'm a not a petite woman, but I was kind of born with I have that volume anyway, but. I've had to really work the artistry and take the lessons and coach, and especially because I sing in German, Russian, French, Italian. I've had to really learn a lot, besides just the art of singing. But my voice is maturing so much right now. The contralto voice is the lowest woman's voice. And it's probably, sopranos usually get started in their early 20s and can peter out in their 50s. Well, I am just starting to get to my prime now, and the oldest contralto sang at the Met, 72 years old.
Oh, really?
So, I'm just kind of getting going right now, which is a very exciting time vocally. But yeah, I played clarinet, I remember 4th grade to 8th grade with Jack Cook, and he's always going, I'm so glad you quit playing the clarinet. He says it to me now, and I'm like, yeah, I did squeak a few times on that clarinet. But obviously being at Shores and stuff was a big thing, learning all that music and choir and going to Europe. When I was 17,
Right.
I went... Most of the kids come back from Europe going, Mommy, Daddy, I'm glad to be home. I could have done laundry and hopped right back to Europe. I knew I loved then to travel and sing.
And the ladies out there that you were talking to, you were
Yeah.
definitely talking about the Italians, and we won't even get into that.
Yeah, I spent all last summer in Italy. That was my 3rd time singing in Italy. Well, I just, I really want to kind of go for it all right now. So this is just a big step. And I've been I'm proud to be from Muskegon, but I'm very touched by the love and support from people here in the community also that are proud of me, and I want to make people proud and, to say I'm from Muskegon and everything. So I've been very touched by all the support from people.
And it's going to be a full house, right?
Well, you can never say it's going to be a full house. There's a lot of things going on in this town, but
Well, it's
whoever's
at
there,
a
I'll
great
sing
time,
my
though.
heart out for, know.
It's at a great time, too, right on Sunday afternoon
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That'll be wonderful.
I think Fabian's at the Walker Arena that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I did it in the afternoon,
Oh. So you'd
Me
be
and
up
Fabian.
against Fabian.
I don't know.
I think you got too much problem there. I don't know. I'll say.
But,
Okay. So what's up after this then? You're doing the.
Well, actually,
I know
I'm
you want to get into the CDs and everything else.
Oh,
but I mean,
well, I'm actually going to be home most of the summer because I was gone. I was only home 5 weeks last year.
Okay.
And I decided now to take a little time off to just keep working with my voice and my teacher and stuff. And plus, being in Michigan would be great. I missed it so much the last few summers when I've been gone. So I'm taking a little time off this summer. I don't have to be in Toronto till August 20th.
Okay.
So I start out going to Toronto, and then I'm in Washington, D.C., and then I'm in Palm Beach, and I just got asked actually to do something in Grand Rapids. I do, concerts and stuff around. The big thing for me now is I want to try to do a European audition tour, which would be a good 2-month time to be over there. Start auditioning for just all the conductors again. So the big thing for me now is in between jobs is I'm going to be auditioning like crazy again with all this new repertoire and stuff. So I'm not really starting over. People say, oh, yeah, we'll hear her again. So people know me. But now it's just going to be with different repertoire, which is bigger and more major stuff. So.
Okay. Do you want to list some of these here that you'll be singing? Or
Well, let's see. I'm doing a couple Schubert art songs, one Mahler piece. One probably popular piece that they know is the Mon Coeur s'ouvre à ta voix, which is in French from Samson and Delilah.
Well, at least I knew which one you were saying. I could read along here.
And then I'm doing one Verdi piece, which is a real exciting piece, and a Tchaikovsky piece, and a Puccini, which of course everybody loves Puccini. I mean, the movie Moonstruck and Fatal Attraction had La Boheme, so that everybody loves Puccini. But, yeah, I'm real excited. I'm doing some new stuff on it, and so it's always fun to come home anyway.
Okay.
Sing at home.
And you got to hang out for the summers. The summers are great here.
Oh,
Summer celebrations coming. I mean, you can
I'm
go
already
up and sing.
telling people I'm home, so they're getting me, can I just sing at our church? Can you do this? I'm going, okay.
Yeah.
But I love to do that, and it's
They'll
always
keep you
great to
busy.
see people, too. So.
They'll keep you busy. I'm sure Sherry's already setting down a time that she can come
Yeah.
and ask you over for dinner.
Well, I'm going to go and talk to the kids at Shores next week,
Okay.
The music students. So
Right.
I always try to do that when I'm home, too.
Did you, of course, you've probably seen Mr. Holland's Opus. Did you?
Oh,
Okay.
I wanted
who
to
was
call
Who was your Mr. Holland?
Mr. Gray.
Okay.
Mr. Gray. In fact, 3 years ago, I did a big choir reunion from 1969 when we went to Europe.
Okay.
I was home for the month of July and August that year, and I sent all the invitations out, and some of those people hadn't sung in 25 years.
Oh, man.
And we all got the music out, and it was just like we all sang together. It was just really magical.
Oh, really?
And I had about 70 people show up on the Friday night picnic, and then we had about another 60 on the Sunday, and they were different people. And it was really magical. And, of course, it was very special for Mr. Gray, too, because it was a big reunion for our first time to Europe, so
Okay.
it was kind of neat.
All right,
But he
all
was,
right.
yes, that was a beautiful movie.
It was. It
Beautiful
was a
movie.
great movie.
It's kind of sad that the arts are kind of cutting stuff back a little
Mm-hmm.
bit now, too, because, like I said, the world without music and the arts, I mean...
And talk radio.
And talk radio, of course, talk radio.
Well, it's now to get tickets. Now, will we just go
Well,
call
tickets
the phone
are
call,
being
or?
sold at the door
Okay.
about an hour before. But if you want tickets ahead of time, it's at Dan's Compact Music in Grand Haven,
Okay.
Bird's Music on Henry Street, and Bierman's Music House downtown.
Okay. I wish you lots of success, and hopefully you'll
Well,
come back
thank
here,
you.
and we'll play your CD.
Oh, wouldn't that
Even
be
though it
nice
is talk radio, I
someday?
mean, we can throw it on. There.
Well, I appreciate your support, too. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Soft Rock 95.3, and that's Stevie Wonder, who's celebrating his birthday today. And like I said, we're going to talk to Joseph Overton. That's right, Joseph? Overton, I'm sorry. Okay, about the outrageous law competition.
Yes.
It was a write-up in Muskegon Chronicle about this, and it just mentioned a few of the outrageous things, like the Ann Arbor Ordinance outlaws washing horses and wagons in the city streets. Grand Rapids had this unlawful hug someone while in a moving vehicle.
Yes.
Okay. State law prohibits employees at a funeral home from uttering obscenities in front of the dead person, which is kind of unusual.
That's right.
I don't quite understand why the dead person would care.
No, it has to be pretty strong language,
I would
Oscar,
imagine.
for them to be upset.
Be upset, yeah, I would think so. Yeah. But there's a competition which awards. Is there like a couple of competitions? I see.
Well, what we have, we call our outrageous law competition, and we're offering $400 total in prizes. That's $100 for each of 4 categories.
Oh, okay.
And we have one category is for some of those laws that you mentioned. That's the most humorous laws.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some other categories that are a little more serious. One category is for the most outrageous waste of taxpayer dollars. We hear those stories about the federal government paying $500 for a hammer or $800 for a toilet seat. Any laws in Michigan that just simply are outrageous waste of money. The third category is economic liberties, for laws that make it difficult to run a business or earn a living. And then the fourth category is civil liberties, for laws which infringe on freedom of speech and freedom of association, those type of things.
Okay. And, you know, when you talk about some of the foolish money that the government spends, I remember when I was I don't know, 18, 19 years old, I worked over at the Selfridge Air Force Base. Mm-hmm. And they had a meter there, a voltmeter rather, that they were going to throw away, and all it was a dial was bad. Okay, just like a $2 part. Mm-hmm. And I was just going through electronic school and stuff, so I knew what it was, and I could have fixed it for them. But instead of doing that, they threw it out and bought a new one for like $400. Wow. And then after that, I never could understand, some of the ways they used to do things. So.
Right. Well, I think everybody knows of laws like that that they run across, and so often legislators are more focused on passing new laws than they are on going back and examining laws that are on the books that are harmful or just needlessly meddlesome.
Yeah.
And so we are offering this competition, and we hope that we can get Michigan citizens to submit their favorite outrageous state law or city ordinance, and we're going to compile these, select a winner, and publicize the results in July.
How do some of these laws still stay on the books? Don't people go through the books yearly, maybe, to find out some of these strange laws?
Well, they really don't. Again, I think typically legislators and public officials react to current emergencies, and so they're always dealing with new programs and policies. And the ordinances, for example, there's one in Michigan that makes it illegal for you to have a sticker on your car or a decal or a sticker on your car for an organization that you don't belong to.
Okay.
And some association wants to get this law on the books. They lobby. It gets on the books, and then nobody ever goes back and says this is really a ridiculous thing. So we're trying to do a little bit of a spring cleanup here and encourage Michigan citizens again to let us know of the laws that they think should be repealed.
Now, have you ever met anybody that got arrested for spitting on the sidewalk?
No, I have not.
Okay, I guess that's a law in the books in Grand Rapids, I guess.
And be careful not to chase squirrels in the city of Ann Arbor.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Ordinance against that for people.
Why would anybody want to chase a squirrel?
I don't know.
It's, my grandfather did that one time, and it chased him back, and he was sorry for it. Believe me.
I just hope that they don't have a lot of cats and dogs that are languishing in the Ann Arbor jail. I don't.
There you go. Yeah, arrest the dogs and cats. Now, do you know some of the? So what do you have so far? Can you name a few of the outrageous ones, some of the funny ones?
Well, we have the one with the decals was particularly interesting to me.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's also illegal to use the likeness or name of a dead ex-president in a liquor advertisement in the state of Michigan. So
really?
You can't have a Richard Nixon beer or a Herbert Hoover wine cooler.
So then you go to the brothers like Billy beer. Yeah.
Well, Billy beer apparently is legal in Michigan. He's not until he's elected president. We're safe with that. But
yeah, so you go with the brothers. There you go.
There you go. So we have some more serious. There was a school district employee that sent in a OSHA regulation. Actually, a MyOSHA regulation, which exceeded federal requirements, is just going to cause a tremendous burden on their school district in terms of training employees for this one health-related policy, and it's going to be a very expensive process. So, not all the ones that are coming in are of the humorous nature, and we want to look at some of the more serious impediments to running a business or a school or whatever it might be.
Right. Now, when you do this, for more information, they've got your number here to call. Now, to enter, you would rather have them send it send the entry?
Yeah,
in?
they can either. One thing I could do is that we have a toll-free number that they could call if they would actually like to get an entry form.
Oh, okay.
And our number is 1-800-22-IDEAS.
Oh, okay.
22-IDEAS. So they can call that number. We'd be happy to send them a flyer. Or if they would just like to write up a description of the law that they know about, if they have the ordinance number or the legal citation, that would help.
Okay, so
and then just describe what the law is, and then how why they think it's outrageous and should be looked at for repeal.
Okay.
And obviously there some regulations make more sense than others.
Right.
And we're looking for the ones that just really, I think everybody would probably pretty much agree are a waste.
Okay. So now, when you look at these now, are you actually looking at these not just for the humor of them, but also just to see if you can get them off the books?
Yeah. Well, our goal at the Mackinac Center for Public Policy is to help improve Michigan government and help improve the quality of life for Michigan citizens. And again, we have the 4 categories of civil liberties, economic liberties, waste of taxpayer money, and then humorous laws. So. We've got a category for humorous laws. If it's a humorous law, if it's a waste of money, we have a category for that. And if it's something that makes your life more difficult in terms of earning a living or just exercising personal freedoms, we have categories for those. And each one will be judged according to that criteria.
So if they have ideas, they got a toll-free number, or they have laws that they want to get across to you that they think are outrageous.
Sure, they could just send them in too if you'd like. I could give you our mailing address.
Okay, I have it here too.
Okay.
But anyway, the toll-free number is 1-800-22-IDEAS.
That's right.
IDEAS. Okay, and the address is. I got it here somewhere. Here it is.
It's Post Office Box 568.
Oh, okay, I got a different address.
That's the best one. It's P.O. Box 568, and it's Midland, Michigan.
Right.
And the zip code is 48640.
Okay, because the one I have here is the Outrageous Law Competition and Mackinac Center for Public Policy. Now, is that one
That's right.
You can send that one too?
Sure.
Which is 119 Ashman Street?
That's our street address, right.
Oh, okay. So the post office box or the street address. Or the number. And so is there anything else you can tell us of as far as maybe another outrageous one you might have thought of?
Oh, let's see. We trying to think. There was some of the ones from the past are interesting, Oscar. There used to be illegal in some cities for a woman to raise her dress more than 6 inches as she crossed a mud puddle.
Okay.
Things like that are somewhat antiquated. In Rochester, the police were required to inspect people's bathing suits.
Oh, well, I fell into that one. Let's see, old Ann Arbor City Ordinance prohibits bathing naked in public. I got that one right.
There you go.
Bathing naked in the public from sunrise to 8 p.m. So that means what? After 8 p.m. you can bathe naked?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. I think I like Ann Arbor. I can bathe naked after 8 p.m. I kind of like that. Why would you want to bathe with clothes on? I mean, anyway. I guess in a public place, I guess it would make some difference, though.
Sure.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Joseph.
Okay, Oscar.
And like I say, that number, if they want it, they can call here at KBZ. I've got that down. And the P.O. box was, once again, was
568.
568.
Right.
And I've got the address for that. So if they need more information about outrageous laws, they can call here and we'll give it to them.
Please do. We hope everybody will enter because we're confident that everybody knows one of these situations.
Okay, it could be worth $100 to them.
That's right.
Okay. I'm sure there's plenty of strange laws yet out there.
I'm sure there are.
Okay, well, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thanks, Oscar.
Bye.
Bye.
7 out of 10 Americans today have no estate plan.